The Empire laughed at hope, but laughter is often the tyrant's last sound.
They tried to erase hope with silence, but chains break when hearts stay full.
Hope is not always a shout. Sometimes.
It's fragile, meaningless, powerless. But what they never understood was that hope is not soft. Hope burns. Hope fights. And when they tried to kill it, hope struck back harder than any fleet, harder than any weapon. The Zitharon Empire ruled 10,000 systems. Their fleets burned worlds into obedience. Their armies crushed rebellions before they could breathe. To them, humanity was nothing but a minor nuisance on the edge of the stars. Our weapons were primitive, our fleets scattered, our voices small. But worse, to the Zitharons, we carried a disease they despised most of all, hope. They mocked it, they feared it, and in their arrogance, they sought to kill it. The war came to Xereth, a mining colony on the Empire's fringe. 100,000 humans were trapped there when the fleets fell silent. Xereth was no battlefield, only a prison. And so the Zitharons descended with cold precision. Their leaders declared, "We will break your spirit. We will erase your hope. Humanity will kneel in silence." The people were herded into labor camps, families torn apart, voices silenced, and yet in the darkest corners whispers spread, not of fleets, not of armies, but of one word, hope. Among them was Mara Elian, a medic. She had no weapons, no command, only hands scarred from years of tending to wounds. She tended to the broken, the beaten, the starving. She gave away her rations to children, wrapped her own torn clothing around the sick. And when the guards mocked her, demanded she kneel, Mara did something that echoed across the camp. She smiled. It was small, fragile, yet unbroken, and the guards recoiled as if struck. Others began to follow. One smile became two. Whispers became chants. We endure. We hope. The Empire laughed louder. They called it foolishness. They executed dozens for daring to whisper hope aloud. They forced Mara to watch. Still, she did not stop. Still, she smiled, and something impossible happened. For the first time in centuries, an empire built on fear began to feel fear itself. The rebellion on Xereth was not a battle of fleets. It was hunger strikes, silent marches, prisoners refusing to bow their heads even when beaten. Guards hesitated, soldiers faltered, because the more they tried to kill hope, the more it grew, and then it ignited. One night, with nothing but stolen mining tools and smuggled explosives, the prisoners rose, led not by generals, but by Mara, not with speeches, but with silence, determination, and fire in their eyes. They overwhelmed the guards. They stormed the armories. They lit the Empire's banners on fire. Hope had become a weapon. The Zitharon High Command laughed when they heard of the rebellion. A colony of slaves? A prison world? Hope cannot kill fleets. So they sent one, a fleet of 20 ships bristling with weapons. They descended on Xereth to crush the fire once and for all. But what they found was not fear. Humanity, united, unbroken, carrying weapons stolen from their oppressors, standing tall beneath banners, painted with one word, hope. The fleet rained fire upon Xereth. Cities burned. The ground shook. But humanity did not yield. Miners turned tunnels into traps. Farmers became snipers. Children became messengers racing through the ruins. And Mara, with no armor, no rifle, led the charge at the front lines. Her silence, her smile, her hope. It cut deeper than any blade. The Zitharons had fleets. Humanity had hope. And that night, hope killed them. The rebellion spread system by system. Word of Xereth traveled faster than fleets. On worlds across the Empire, humans rose not because they had weapons, but because they had hope. The Zitharons learned too late that hope was not weakness. Hope was war. Hope was fire. Hope was the weapon they could never kill. And in time, hope tore their empire apart. Mara did not survive to see the empire fall. She died in the flames of Sireth's final battle, smiling even as the sky collapsed. But her name lived. Her story lived. And so it goes. If you enjoyed this story, please share it with others. As always, thanks for watching. Stay safe, stay awesome.